Welcome back. Ari and Bailey are here from the Alpena East Lab. Welcome.
Hi, ladies.
Now, this is your third visit. Now, who was here 3 times before?
I don't think either of us.
You were here last year, right?
I was here last
You were here last year, okay. And is this the same event that we had last year, basically the same event, or?
It is the same event. Last year
Okay.
we came afterwards, but this year we're coming before.
Okay.
The assembly.
Okay. Now, you want to try to gain support for people to come and participate, maybe?
We do. It's
Okay.
our Veterans Assembly. Last year we had approximately 60 veterans.
Wonderful.
And this year we would like to have a house full because
Okay.
you can never say thank you.
Well, tell
Exactly.
people the concept of what you guys are doing.
Well, what we do is we have a annual tribute to Veterans Assembly, and usually Veterans Day is celebrated on the 11th day of the 11th month at the 11th hour. But at Alpena we celebrate it the week before. That way veterans can go to another assembly. And what we have is we have our we have 2 assemblies, an elementary assembly at...
It's around 8:30, 9 o'clock.
Okay.
Yeah.
That one's more geared towards the younger kids, so we
Right.
don't do as much as we do in the high school assembly.
Yeah.
There's a lot more effort put into the high school assembly, though, and that's 11-ish.
10 o'clock this year.
Okay.
Yeah.
And exactly what date is that?
This year it's November 4th.
Okay, can anybody come? I mean, I know
Anybody-
it's geared for the
anybody can come.
schools, but anyone
The more
can.
people, the better. Anybody can come. Everyone's invited.
Now, you're personally inviting veterans to come.
Yes, sir.
Will they be the same ones coming back? I would assume
I
they.
imagine.
Yes.
I ask my
What?
dad to come every year.
Okay.
I ask my grandparents and cousins to come every year because they're veterans. So.
So be sure, especially if you're a veteran, to come to this assembly November 4th.
And it's going to be in the Alpena gymnasium, I would assume.
Yes.
Yes,
Right.
sir.
Right. So you got a veteran out there, and he may be. I'm talking to our audience out here when I say that, but. Can he contact you? Does he need to reserve a spot, or can he just show up?
You can just show
You
up.
can just show up.
He or she can. And
It'd be
there's
nice if they can come to both assemblies, I would think.
It would be great. After our high school assembly, we have a lunch that follows, and the veterans and our guest speaker will be seated and served a delicious lunch at our school.
Okay.
Oh, wonderful. So how did the East Lab become involved in all this?
We've had this going on for as long as I can remember. I'm in 11th grade now, and I've been making pens since 5th or 6th grade. We've had it for a long time.
And
Well,
since you
let's stop.
mentioned
Yeah,
that,
let's do that.
Deal.
Let's stop and
Okay,
talk about it.
these are the little pins that we make. Each one takes about 30 to 45 minutes, depending on how long you've been doing it. The pattern never goes away from your mind. I promise you.
Yeah.
It's been 2 years since I've made them, but it's
And I'm
it's
sure you
still
know
there.
exactly how many beads.
77 beads.
Yeah.
So it's 11 beads on each pin and 7 pins on the big pins.
Now, one year you gave us some, and we had a veteran the next week, I think, and I presented him with one of those, and he said he'd never seen one before. So this is not a common thing. I mean,
No, they're incredibly unique. We've had calls from different states before asking for some of them, I believe, if I'm not mistaken.
neat. So when a veteran comes, are they placed in a certain area in the auditorium, separate from the crowd, or how's that work?
Our crowd is set up in the audience, and then we have the speakers down there in the middle of the gym floor, and we have a section set aside for the veterans to sit along with their families.
Cool.
Oh, okay.
Neat.
And tell us a little bit about East Lab, since you're here.
East Lab, EAST is an acronym for Environmental and Spatial Technology, and it's basically just a class to get you ready for the real world. You do project-based learning, where you select a project and you complete it as if it were your job. It's sort of like your interview.
Right.
There are different kinds. This is one of them that helps the community. We've got the recycling. We've got
Pen Pals with Alaska.
Oh, really?
we've also got Best Robotics coming up pretty quickly. What else do we have?
We have, we make the calendars for the school. We make
Okay.
our school calendars.
So East Lab does a lot of
It's a little
stuff.
entrepreneur.
Is that in all schools, or just is it a program that you choose, or?
I
Do you
think
know
you
that
can
answer?
choose it.
Yeah.
I know
Yeah.
schools that don't have it.
Yeah.
But then there's
But-
also schools that do.
Mm-hmm.
It's a great program to be involved in.
I'm sure it would be great for the students because it's a fun thing
It's
to do.
really
yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Everything I learned at East Lab I used to get my job interview.
Really.
Well, that speaks well right
Takes
there.
a lot of stress off when you're out there trying to find a job. It exudes that confidence when you're looking for a job, and the employer can see that. So I can see where that's a great benefit. Anything else you want to share?
Every project we do with East involves the younger kids. Like for our assembly, we got the younger elementary students to write a nice card to give to the veterans during
That's
the assembly.
nice.
Wonderful.
We do that every year. And last
So,
year,
and are these cards given to the veterans that are there, or they given to random veterans?
It's given to the veterans that are there when we call them up to give. When they walk in the door, we give them a card showing them like where they are
Yeah.
and what it is, and then we just hand them this along with it.
That's
and
neat.
a lot of the veterans say that it's like the first time that they've received such thanks.
So they obviously appreciate
They
their
really do.
recognition.
We hope
Yeah.
they do.
Yeah.
I
I would
personally
think
feel
so.
better doing this.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a
People,
great.
people forget about the power of giving, and this is a selfish way to give, and that's the most powerful when you give that kind of gift to somebody. Awesome. This is coming up November 4th.
Friday, November 4th.
Friday, November 4th, and you have 2 assemblies, one in the morning. Would you say 9, and then one at 11,
or so.
10, 9 and
one
10?
at 8:30 and
Okay.
one at 10
Okay.
And that's at the Alpena High School
auditorium.
auditorium.
Yeah, and if you're a veteran, you don't have to make a reservation, just show up. Do you want them to come in uniform, or does that matter?
It doesn't matter.
Okay.
If they
Sometimes
want to,
they
they
do.
can.
They can.
And
Will you
fa-
ask them as they enter if they're a veteran, or should they let you know? Or?
No, we ask them when they enter.
Okay.
We
And
usually
family
have a-
members can come too, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes.
We have chaperones there, like not chaperones,
Ushers.
Ushers.
Okay.
that tell them where to sit. They get this card and they fill out.
And make
their
it rowdy.
name.
You may need chaperones. No. I'm just-
We give them a card. They fill out their name, the branch they served in, how many years they
Oh,
served,
okay.
and then we call them with the cards that they hand us.
Okay.
Wonderful. Well, we appreciate what you all do to
Sure.
honor the veterans and the hard work you do with East Lab and the beautiful pens that you make.
It's a really.
I still have mine.
Oh,
I
good.
do. Yeah.
I do. I think I have 2 actually. So
I give my dad one every year.
Yeah, my
I think he
grandpa,
appreciates them.
He has like tons of them.
Can you purchase those for people, or you just they're just
we
awarded
just-
to the veterans?
We
They
just hand
just-
them out. Everything we do, we get donations from. Carrollton VFW gave us $300 this year, and that
Good.
just about covered it.
That's nice.
Wonderful.
Most of it.
Yeah.
Another part of this that we do, I don't know if Ari is involved, but I look through the newspaper and any place in the surrounding area, surrounding states, we send the families a card if they have been killed in action with a flag, and we simply say, we appreciate your contribution to the
Right.
country. And we have received thank yous back from them, too,
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
from different places. And it's just really nice. It's really nice to get those back.
Sure.
you
And
bet.
to know that we are appreciated.
Exactly. Your efforts are appreciated.
Yeah.
It's definitely one of my favorite programs in the school. It's like what I look forward to every year.
That's good.
Is the Veterans Assembly.
These will be life lessons you'll keep with you
You bet.
forever. So it's good to be involved in that. We thank you very much for coming by, Mr. Lane. Appreciate this program. It's something we always enjoy when you do come to talk about this. Thank you so much, and thank y'all very
Thank
much for
you,
being
ladies.
here.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We're going to take a break, and we'll talk with Jacob Mills. He's from the Harrison Police Department. He's and school resource officer about an event coming up. He's going to be talking about. Stay with us. All righty.